Hi, my friends. How you doing? Come on in, make yourself at home. I am Kate Miller, and I'm here to share with you 3 ways to attract clients that you love working with. In this video, I'm sharing how you can go from feeling frustrated because your content isn't resonating with the right people to attracting what I call soulmate clients consistently that you absolutely love working with. I talk to a lot of people who are creating content pretty regularly and are getting a little bit disheartened and discouraged because their content isn't bringing in the right clients for them, or so they're either attracting people that aren't the right fit, or they're just not attracting anyone reliably and regularly. So if this is you, this is something that I think will really help you, and I'm going to give you 3 ways of how you can do this. So if this is you, I want you to imagine right now that you have people reaching out to you consistently. Just imagine that you put out a post or you share a video, and every time you share content, someone reaches out to you. And it doesn't mean, hey, I want to buy your program straight away, but someone says, hey, that made a difference in my life. Hey, that really is what I needed to hear today. I often get that happen when I post something. I'm like, should I share that or not? And then invariably, I lost my words. Invariably, whenever I feel like that, whenever I feel like, I'm not sure whether to share that, but I think someone needs to hear it, I pretty much always get someone reach out and contact me. Sometimes people say, I'm struggling with this, I'm frustrated about that. People don't say, hey, I want to sign up with your program every time I post, but it starts a relationship. So my goal for you is for you to be able to share a really great post that you've crafted in the ways that I teach, or share a video and have people reach out to you, because it's an incredible feeling for you to craft your language in a way that actually attracts incredible people that you really love working with, that you really love hearing from. And whether they sign up straight away or whether you just help them out and they come on your radar, they might join your email list, you might nurture them, give value for a while, they might hang around in your group for a while, they might get emails from you for a while, and then when they're ready, they sign up. Now, sometimes people sign up straight away. Sometimes I've done a Facebook Live video, someone's jumped onto my calendar straight away, and I've sold them straight into one of my programs through a conversation. So there's all different stages of the buyer's journey that people are going to come to you at, right? So some people are going to come absolutely ready to go. They know they need help. They've tried other things, it hasn't worked, and they're ready to reach out and say, hey, I'm ready to invest. Other times people aren't ready to invest and they want to build more of a relationship with you. They want to consume more of your content. And your content, the job of your content is to educate them and help them understand what it exactly you do and make it really clear. So something that I help my clients with is to make sure that their offer is really irresistible, that it gets people results, and they can communicate how their offer is going to transform their client and take them from where they are to where they want to be. So if you just drop a yes in the comments, welcome those of you who are on here. I would love it if you could just drop a yes in the comments if this sounds like something you would love. If you would love to get dream soulmate clients, just drop a yes in the comments box, and just let me know, because I'd love to know who's on here, and I'd love to hear from you as I'm going through this video. Please feel free to engage in the comments. I really love hearing from you. Just give me a hashtag live if you are live, if you are here right now. If you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay, and I'm going to be sharing with you these 3 ways to attract clients that you absolutely love working with. Usually the right people aren't finding you because of the language that you're using in your content. And it doesn't mean that what you're saying isn't brilliant and valuable, it's just not necessarily resonating. Now, there's a whole lot of reasons why people don't see your content. For example, the algorithm, if you're sharing content on Facebook. So there's technical things that you can do, like not including external links, so that the Facebook algorithm if they see an external link, they're not going to show your post to many people at all because they don't want people leaving Facebook. There's other things you can do, like making sure that the people who are in your friends, people that you're friends with on Facebook and people that are in your group are a right fit clients, because if they are the right match people for you, they're going to engage more on your stuff, and that means that Facebook's going to show it to more people. So the more people like and share and comment on your stuff, the more Facebook pushes it out. So there's a few things that you can do there, but typically it's actually the language that you've used, the way you've crafted your post, and there's a disconnect between your content and your ideal client. So I want to help you with that, because it's just a huge shame if you have knowledge and experience and wisdom that helps people and you have a lot to offer. Actually, just let me know in the comments box if you have really great knowledge, experience, and wisdom that you can share with people. I'd love to know what you do as well. What is it that you actually do? Just pop that in the comments box. Let me know what you do. If you have wisdom, knowledge, experience to share that helps people, and you know that it's really valuable and you want to get it out to more people, sometimes some simple tweaks can really make a big difference. So I'm going to share with you three ways to attract the right people to you consistently, people that you love working with, and doing it through your content. So the first thing that you need to do is to get crystal clear on your soulmate client profile. Get crystal clear. If you're making notes, and I recommend you do, grab a pen or notebook, get crystal clear on your soulmate client profile. Now, I've been talking to people about this, and it sounds really cliche, and you've probably heard it so much of the time, and you're probably sick of hearing it. And I am too, but it's the kind of thing that if we don't get this step right, nothing's going to work. So I've got 21 main strategies in the system that I help people with. And the very first one is this step, because if you don't know exactly who you're speaking to, and you're speaking to the masses, or you're speaking to, because you can help so many people, and you're not really dialed in and spending time imagining being this person, like actually spending time in their mind, in your imagination, hanging out with them, hanging out as them, hang out with them before you post your content, and craft your content to speak to them, and don't rush it. It transforms your content, it turns it around. Because the reality is, most people think that they are actually crystal clear on their ideal client, but they're not. Most people actually aren't. And this is a subtle stumbling block that most coaches and experts have, because it can be challenging. It can be easy to go, oh yeah, she's a woman in her 30s and she wants help with her parenting. And maybe you've gone, oh, she likes this car and this magazine, and you've done those types of questionnaires. Like most of us have done those kind of questionnaires, right? But there's some key distinctions that I didn't realize. You know, we've heard a million times, you've got a niche, and we've all filled out those. If you've been in business, you know, for a while, you've definitely filled out one of those ideal client questionnaires before. And we can think that the job is done, right? And it can be incredibly frustrating if your content doesn't work, because, like, for example, the people that I work with, if their content's not working, it's pretty much always because they're not crystal clear on who they're speaking to. Pretty much always. Because it's so important to understand that your ideal client profile, what I call your soulmate client profile, it's meant to be dynamic. It's actually meant to be, because so you write it, fill out the questionnaire, then you evolve, you grow, you learn more, you work with more people. And a lot of people treat it like their marketing plan, where they write it once a year, for example. But your profile for your ideal client shouldn't be something you write once a year. It should be something that you constantly revisit and tweak as you evolve. So mine started out where I thought I was really niche, but I wasn't. Then I got more specific. Then I thought I was really clear and really specific, but I still wasn't. Like, there's layers and layers you can go on. And I understand if you struggle with this, because I really relate. My tools tools that I help people with, my skills, my experience, are really diverse, and I can work with all sorts of clients, and I do actually work with all sorts of clients. I've got people that are actually employed. So I'm currently working with the CEO, I'm working with a manager, I'm working with someone who just transitioned from being a CEO to having their own business, but I don't market that. And if you've watched any of my trainings before, I always talk about front of the door marketing, where you dress the door to make them want to come in. So if I put that in my marketing, I've also got a client that I'm helping to get fit. So, and I've also had a client recently that I helped him with a bodybuilding show because that's what I've got years of experience with from many moons ago, but I've still got that knowledge, right? But if I talked about that in my marketing, I would totally confuse my market. So a couple of years ago, I actually started taking a bit of a different approach when it came to defining my ideal client. And I went on this journey of thinking of different questions besides the obvious demographics. So I based it more on their stage in the journey, their milestones on their life journey, their sophistication level, as in how much they've done before, how much they're well researched in this topic, how much they've already invested with other people, for example. So I created this extensive questionnaire, which has got 15 sections, and it doesn't have to take a long time to complete, but the 15 questions, they are so key for making sure that your content lands with people. So it's not your typical stuff like gender, age, income. It is like, for example, one of the questions is, what do they think the problem is? And then what do you as the expert know the problem is? So when you understand their thinking patterns, their beliefs, and then what you want them to believe instead, what they think is causing their problem, and then what you know is causing their problem. So some of these more high level distinctions, this is where your content can really start to land. So that's the first step, is getting crystal clear. And I found this post this morning and I wanted to share it with you. This lady said, I've always found niching constricting and limiting. My being doesn't want to fit the consumerist agenda. It's here to help people heal and connect with themselves deeply on a divine level so they experience happiness and fulfillment. I want to help society heal its collective trauma so the desires they have align to their soul and are not fake, based on a system that means them harm. So what I found really interesting about that is she's resistant to niching, but when I read what she said, it's actually clear that she does have a niche. She just didn't want to think about it that way, or didn't want to be boxed in that way. But based on what she shared there, she's looking to attract people that think the same way as her, that can see that they're part of a system or are open to hearing her ideas. So a lot of times people are resistant to niching, but actually when we're clear about the people that we can best serve in the most enjoyable way for us and for them, then we can make our message super clear and attract the right people. And that's when we get heard by the people who need exactly what we offer. And people pay attention, people follow us, people want to work with us because they resonate with our very specific message. I got an email today that was really interesting. So I sent out an email today that talked about this live training that I'm doing right now. And I talked about what I said. I'll just read you what I said in the email, amongst other things. You might have received the email. That might be why you're here. I said, you have amazingly valuable wisdom and brilliance inside you. There's a gold mine of income and opportunities waiting for you from the wealth of experience you have. And she came back and said, I know I have a lot to offer. I also know that I don't have amazingly valuable wisdom and brilliance inside me. And you certainly don't know me well enough to make that assessment. Which I found quite interesting, because that was such an example of, she is not my ideal client. She is not my dream soulmate client, for sure, because of her mindset. So she probably could fit the demographic in terms of she's a psychologist. She has all these on the surface things that look like she could be my ideal client, but her mindset is not who I want to work with, because it sounds to me from that, and I'm making an assumption here, but it sounds like she's not, she doesn't want to own the fact that she has some brilliance that could really help people. And I truly believe that everyone has some experience that can help someone. And if you're in business, of course you have something that can help people with. Otherwise, why would you be in business? Of course you have some valuable knowledge to share from your life experience. It doesn't matter what you do, you are good at something. And I truly believe that. And if I didn't share that, if I watered down that message to appeal to someone like that, I would be inauthentic. I wouldn't be genuine. And so marketing is always about attracting and repelling. So I repelled that lady. And so that's cool. She didn't unsubscribe, but I unsubscribed her because I'm not talking to people like that. And you know that you're doing well in business when you repel people. I actually celebrate unsubscribes. So I'm clearing my list. I'm getting more and more concentrated on the people that really want to work with me. I heard this story from Christian Mickelson. He said, in a conference room after the lunch break on one of his seminars, he went on the stage and asked the audience, who wants dessert? No one raised their hand. Understandable, everyone had just come back from lunch. Then he said, who wants a chocolate dessert? About 1/3 of the audience raised their hands. And his last question was, who wants dark chocolate souffle with vanilla ice cream and fresh strawberries? This time, more than half of the audience raised their hands. I just love that story. I just think it clearly sums up like the clarity of his message with those specific details that made it more appealing, more emotional. That made such a difference. And so when we're clear on the benefits and also maybe the pain points of what we offer, and we're very specific in our content to attract that soulmate client, it helps us be heard and be seen when we reach out to find the right clients using our content. It doesn't mean that we have to exclude other people who can benefit from our services, but we don't market directly to them. I hope that's making sense. Great to have you all on here. I can see there's a few more that have just joined us. Just give me a hashtag live if you're here live, and give me a hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. So number 2, so you've got really crystal clear. Number 2 is to spend time in their mind before you craft each content piece. Spend time in their mind. And I think all of us can get better at this. How much time do you spend in the mind of your ideal client? Literally, in your imagination, looking at the world through their eyes, seeing what they're seeing, feeling what they're feeling, hearing what they're saying to themselves or what other people are saying. How much time do you spend there? Like out of, let's say you spent 30 minutes on a post, how much time did you spend thinking, like literally going as though you're going into their body in your imagination, walking around in a day of the life? So it's Wednesday night. Let's say you did a post tomorrow, Thursday morning. Okay, it's Thursday morning. What's my ideal client doing? They're probably at their laptop. They're probably struggling with this. Okay, they've just had their first coffee. What are they feeling? What are they saying to themselves? Really dropping in and creating content that helps them with an existing problem that they have right now. Like, how much time do you think about the existing problems that people have? Remember, people are thinking about their problems all the time. That's what people think about most of the time. I know it sounds depressing. I know it sounds pessimistic, but it's just the truth. And a lot of research has proven this, that people don't often go about dreaming about their ideal life. They go about going, how am I going to solve that? What am I going to say to that person? How am I going to get rid of that? You know, that's what people are constantly thinking, because our brain scans for what's wrong, right? So when you do your content, you can't be afraid to really step into the hole with people. If you've seen any of my trainings, you know I talk about this a lot, this analogy where oftentimes people get on a social media post and they talk about creating your dream life and living your potential and all of the good things. And that's awesome. We need to paint a picture of their dream life. We need to evoke their imagination and talk about their future vision, but not until we've met them where they're at. And we can do this by metaphorically getting in the hole with them, sitting in the hole with them, imagining what it feels like, feeling that, oh, that's painful. I want to help this person climb out the hole, but I'm not doing them a favor by rushing them out of it. I used to do this all the time as a personal trainer. I look back now and I think, gosh, I just rush people to the weight loss result rather than saying to them, hey, how's this affecting you? What's the consequence if you don't change? How long have you been overweight? How's this impacting your health? How's this impacting your relationship? Just really being there with them and unpacking symptoms of the problem, scenarios of the problem. That's what we can do in our content. So hang out in your soulmate client's profile. So that profile that I talked about, whether you've got a questionnaire already or you need to write one up where you really describe them, what they're like, what their problems are, what their beliefs are, what their mindset's like, what stage they're at in the journey. You hang out in that profile before you post content. So literally having it open. If you've got two screens, have it open. Okay, you're about to post the content. Yeah, that's their problem. Okay, let me think about how I can help them with this problem. So hang out in that profile. Please don't just fill out that ideal client document and shelve it. Hang out there and refresh it. All right, number 3, craft your content carefully. I know everyone wants to do it quickly, but craft your content carefully. I'm not saying it needs to take hours and hours, but please don't rush it. Craft your content carefully to speak directly to your soulmate client and don't rush it. It does take time. It does take time to go, okay, that sentence needs to go there. Okay, I'm going to reread it. All right, I'm going to go for a run. I'm going to come back. I'm going to now read it. Imagine that you're them reading that content. Imagine that you're them watching that video. Play with the order. Is there a better way that I could say this? Is there a better word? Is there an analogy I can use? Can I communicate it more effectively? Can I make it simpler for them to understand? Can I make it more step by step? How else could I say this so they really get it? What else is an example? How can I add a story that might bring this to life? What's a quote that would hit the spot? What's a statistic I could share right now? All these things make content great. Your clients don't buy your program or your service just to have that service. Like if you think about, you don't go to a restaurant just to have that food. If you did, then maybe you could just have that food at home. But you go to a restaurant because of the whole experience, So they're not always just thinking about the food. They're thinking about the ambience. They're thinking about how they feel coming in, how they feel leaving, the whole experience. In the same way, we don't want our content to just say a fact. We want them to experience something. We want them to feel something. We want them to feel like you get them, that you understand them, that you are really honoring their intelligence, and you're treating them as a magnificent person that they are. So what I recommend practically, how to actually put this into action, is to really well craft at least 2 or 3 quality posts every week that are specifically designed to shift people's perspectives. You hang out, first of all, get crystal clear on that soulmate client, the language that's going to reach them. The clearer you get, the more specific you get, the better. Hang out in that profile, really drop yourself into their shoes, looking at the world through their own eyes. And also, I recommend that you do a Facebook Live video every single week. Facebook's algorithm loves video content. In terms of utilizing Facebook for business, there's no better way to connect with your audience other than face-to-face. Posts are good, but posts should be an addition. And if you've got a service, if you're service-based, which you probably are because you're here, people want to know what you're like. And you can pick up so much from someone's video, right? You can pick up their beliefs, you can pick up their mannerisms, you resonate, you figure out whether you feel like you like them and trust them. so much faster on video. I heard the other day that the average internet user watches around 200, I think it was 206 videos every month. The average internet user, 206 videos every single month. And I also heard that about 70% of marketers use video in their content. So I've been doing Facebook Live videos every week now for over 2 years, and it's been a game changer. It's one of the reasons why I consistently attract anywhere from 3 to 5 new clients every month, because people get to see me, experience me, and trust me more than they would with just a post. So I'd love to know, would you love to have people reaching out to you consistently who you would love to work with? Drop a yes in the comments if you'd like that. If you're not getting that, it's often because of that disconnect between you and them through your content, which is the content is the bridge, right? So what you need is to be able to structure your content in a way that draws the right people to you. And over the last 5 years, I've helped coaches and consultants and experts just like you who have really left thousands of dollars on the table without even realizing it because they haven't got that content structure in place. So if you want those people who are raving fans, they hang off every word you say, they want what you offer, you want them to reach out to you. If you want a content strategy that is aligned to you and also the types of people you're wanting to work with so that you can show up with conviction and confidence and certainty, you know, that strong conviction where you just feel unstoppable. You've got that massive confidence and the right clients gravitate to you and they reach out to work with you, then content is the thing that I would recommend that you focus on. This is why compelling content's the main thing that I work with my clients on to help them sign up clients fast. And it's also why I created my brand new program called the Compelling Content Project, which I'm super excited about. I've already had 6 people sign up and there's 2 more spaces left. It shows you the exact process that you can take over a 30-day period to use your content so that you become not a nice to have in someone's life, but a must-have coach for quality clients, for your soulmate clients. So in the program, I'll show you exactly how to do it, how to get clients from your content without needing a big following, without needing to pay for ads, without needing to spend hours and hours a day. So you get 30 days of support from me. You get a whole library of training videos that you can access anytime. You actually get 3 months access to those where I explain everything of how to do it. Plus you get all the guides and the templates and the worksheets to work through. You also get a advanced sales secret masterclass and weekly support with me. So every single week I jump on a call for an hour in a group and I help you make over your content so that it works. You also get a full day workshop and it's happening this Saturday. This Saturday, the 14th of August. We are going to get stuff done. It's an action day where you actually plan out your whole content strategy and get it done. So if you are interested, just type the word content into the comments box right now. Type the word content in there and I will get the details to you. So those bonuses and the special price, like the launch, is actually going away on Friday, this Friday the 13th. So pop the word content or just send me a DM with the word content and I will send you your invite. It is packed with the things that I've been helping people with for the last 2 years really closely, but I've been working with people for 5 years on content, and over the last 2 years I've really refined it into the most important things that you need. And I've put that into this 30-day program. So just pop the word content in the comments if you'd like to get details on that and check it out. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you again soon. Please post any questions you have in the comments box and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care, my friends. Bye for now.